Well, hello, and welcome to yet another stream here on the Shamblecraft server. And I'm just going to locally turn my volume down a tiny bit because it's a bit loud. There we go. And hello, you join me here in the bowels of my Guardian farm, where we are actually going to be spending the majority of this stream if everything goes to plan. Hello Jessica and hello Esty, welcome to the stream both of you. Allow me to give you a little sneak peek into what I've been working on. I am currently trying to keep track of everything because right now I'm recording 6 videos at the time. I'm currently recording episode 54 and 55 of Shamblecraft, and I'm also recording episodes 1 through 4 of Fally vs. the World. I didn't plan on recording 4 episodes of Fally vs. the World at the same time, it just sort of happened. It's the thing about that sort of series is that you end up recording a lot of footage, and you can't really just cut the footage. So what was actually intended to be the footage for episode 1 and 2 is now episodes 1, 2, 3 and parts of 4. But more on that later. I actually have a new teaser for the upcoming series that will tease the date. So I will be revealing that later. Hello NJ and hello Johnny as well, welcome to the stream both of you. So let me show you what I've been working on since last time. So please let me know if the mix between microphone and music is off. So as you might remember, this is the main nether portal that leads into my garden farm, and they used to just be stairs. And what I've done now is I've used dark prismarine and cyan glass, some of the cyan glass I had left over, to make a second floor. What am I going to use said second floor for? I don't know yet. Also, I have mended the Guardian farm. I guess it's not spawning a lot right now, but look, it has functioned. So what I've basically done is I have put the water slightly further up. I've lowered the hoppers down 1, and I've put in a layer of lava that kills the guardians, and that all now gathers in that one chest, and that's just temporary because that chest is going to have a sort of a little redstone thingamajig there that's going to lead over here. Earlier in a previous segment for this episode I said, well, I'm not going to be building some sort of storage system, and well, I lied, because what I've done, I've started building a storage system. Not a big storage system, but just something that can deal with the output from this farm and also the farms I'm going to do up top. What this probably means is I'm going to use this as sort of like a holiday home, but with a bunch of farms around it. So this is basically going to be where I go AFK. And if I go AFK here, then I will have the Guardian farm loaded. You can see on the map. Yeah, if I go slightly further away. Yeah, you can see over there now they're starting to spawn and being killed. So if we go over there now, we should see them. Oh no, they were all killed straight away. Yeah, but there you have it. So that's the Guardian farm. Might build another one over on this side. I haven't really decided. What I am thinking is I want this sort of section here to be like the business end. This is a staircase leading down into what's going to be the aquarium, and that's actually one of the things we're going to be working on today. Over here is an area allocated for a super smelter. And over here, I honestly don't know. And over here is where I'm probably going to make like some living quarters. So like a little enchanting setup, ender chest, bed, like everything you need. This is where I'm going to keep maybe a shulker box with like backup gear in case I lose something. I mean, we don't really lose gear because of keep inventory, but in the case I did actually end up, I had to replace my helmet during while I was working on the base because I was killed by guardians so many times that my helmet broke and I didn't realize. Another thing I've been doing, I've also been putting in some lighting out here, but I want to do a tad more. Well, at least I wanted to do a tad more before I recorded another update. So yeah, you can actually hear the guardians underneath here because the guardians spawn like right underneath here. NJ says, sorry, I'm very slow at reading chat today. NJ saying, I'm working from home today, I can actually watch. Imagine that. Well, that's awesome. So what we're going to be doing today is I want to get this smelter in, and I also want to work on some stuff down below. And what's this is Talkin Tuesdays, so what are we going to be talking about while we do this? Well, lo and behold, I've actually had 3 questions sent to me. That is going to form the basis, at least for the first part of the stream. The first question, let me find them on the screen here. You know what? Let me copy them into a notepad document so I have them. So let's just write that off there. The first question that was sent to me, I don't know if they want to be anonymous, so I'm not going to name their names. But I had 3 questions sent to me on Discord. Because on the last stream I said if you have things you want me to talk about, please DM me about it. So the first question I got was, you said, well, I said last stream that I prefer to make videos rather than streams. Why is that, and what is the difference? What is the diff? Yeah, that's how they word it. So I'm going to do that. Also, I had a question about I think I've actually talked about this before, but it's been a while, and that is teaching and content creation, like mixing the two. And one thing that apparently I said I was going to do last time but I never did was my plans for the next year. Apparently I started talking about that last time and then I sort of stopped, so I'm going to be covering those 3 today. And as always, if anyone has anything they want to ask me, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Also, feel free to chime in with your opinion. All opinions are welcome, as long as they don't break any laws. I really like it when you bring your opinion to the table. So if you have any thoughts about any of the things we are discussing, put them in chat. I value all input on what we're discussing. So let me see if I can find. I think I had another box of cyan glass that we are probably going to need. Also going to have to clean up this mess. There's some bits of cyan glass here and there. But I need a full box, not just bits and bobs. My opinion is fire at will. Nobody likes will. Oh, you. Ooh, we actually have some cyan glass there. I could have sworn I had more cyan glass. I may have left it at my base, but oh well. So anyway, let's start with the first question, and that is, in the last stream, I said that when it comes to creating content, I prefer videos rather than... You know what? Actually, I'm going to flip the order of these because some of them make more sense to do first. I would say let's start with question 3, actually, and we'll do question 3, question 2, and question 1. I think we can do question 1 and 2 at the same time. So, you said last time I started talking about my plans for the next year, but I never actually... we're going to need sponges for this bit, aren't we? Okay, I need to... I need to figure out how do we want to do that. We want the aquarium... Do you want the aquarium in the middle or on the outside? That is the question. I'm thinking we want the aquarium on the outside. And as such, we should plug this wall and basically open up this way. Okay, we're going to do like that. I'm probably going to watch and eat. I'll see if I have it. Actually, I don't. It doesn't look like I need anything. Let's take one of these empty shulker boxes with us. So, what are my plans for the next year? Well, so last time I spoke a little bit about how now that I'm finally done with all of the work that I've been doing for my thesis, I am very much looking forward to getting back into content creation. I am going to need sponges for this, aren't I? You know what? I haven't really thought this through. I'm going to need sponges for this. And Mechaniz isn't online. Do we have sponges anywhere? Spiffy. We're going to need sponges. Real, how are you? Hello, hello. I'm doing good. I'm just realising I need sponges. And I don't have any. I give them all back to Mechaniz. Let's... This is cheating, but... he doesn't happen to have them on him. Do you have them on you, Mechaniz? You don't. Kitchen sponges, but they're going to do you like you're good. Nope. Okay, we might have to postpone this project then, because we're going to need sponges, and Mechaniz is currently in the middle of a game. The big question then is, you know what? I think what we're going to do, we're going to hit recording mode, and we're actually going to record a segment, because we can't, without sponges, I can't really do any more on that, which means the bigger projects can't really be done. So I'm thinking maybe what we can do the redstone-y bits, and we can save what's underneath for later. Alright, Shamblecraft, episode 54, segment 3. There we go. Perfect. Take 1. Well, okay then. No, that sounded a bit too cheery. Okay. Take 2. Well, alrighty then. We are back, and as you might be able to tell straight away, I am standing on a floor that wasn't here previously. And that is because I have added another floor to the Guardian Temple. Why have I added another floor to the Guardian Temple? I honestly don't know. But I could fit another floor, so why not? Also, Guardian Farm is now fully working. As you can see, it is producing stuff. It's not the quickest. But then again, I haven't been AFK for more than a couple of minutes yet, so it hasn't really been fully tested. Also, in the previous clip, I said, hey, I'm not going to be building a storage system. And we have detected that that was a lie. Because I have built a storage system. It's a small one, but it'll do. So basically, the thought here is that this little storage system here, that isn't really that big. It's like less than 20 chests, so less than 20 slots. The thought is that this is going to sort of handle all the Guardian Farm drops, and it's going to take care of all the drops from the farms that are up top. So, okay, I'm getting lost in my own build. So, as you may remember, the plan is that in the space up here, we are going to be building various farms. And as you might be able to tell, I've also lit this place up a bit to make it less dangerous. Even though, as Johnny did confirm in the comments of a previous video, normal mobs or regular mobs won't spawn within the boundaries of a Guardian Temple. So thank you, Johnny, for confirming that. But we still have some work left to do, and there are two major things that need doing. One of which is we need to finish the bits down here. So as you can see, I've made a staircase down here, and I've opened a hole into the area below the Guardian Temple. And I need to make a decision, because this area underneath here is going to be used for something. And I need to decide, am I going to use the inner area for something and keep the outer circle as an aquarium, or vice versa? Regardless of what I choose, I currently don't have any sponges, so that is a project that's just going to have to wait until I can borrow them from Ignis once again. However, there are some things up here that can still be done that we will be taking care of today. And that is, we're going to hopefully hook up this entire storage system. And also, I want to install a automatic smelter over here. Some little enchanting area either over here or right here. Either that, or I'm going to mirror that staircase right here. Regardless, I want to make a little sort of living area in here. And that's where I'm thinking, well, maybe here we can put, enchanting, a bed, some crafting tables, and basically like a little area where we can work on the sort of daily little bits of Minecraft. In addition, I am going to be building up more farms. That is not going to be happening today. That is probably something I'm going to be doing once I've finished all the outstanding projects that I have. But for now, comparing this to the previous clip, you can probably see that a lot of progress has indeed been made. And I am going to be continuing here, and hopefully, as I said at the beginning of the episode, we can finish at least the interior of the main floor, and maybe even the second floor, once I figure out what to put up there, in this episode. But yeah, that's a little update there from me. I'm going to get back to work, and when you see me next, hopefully, we are nearing completion. It wasn't recording. What? This Stream Deck. Well, sod it. I'm going to just pull it from the stream because I was very happy with that take. It means that the clip will be 1080 rather than 2K, but I can probably it's going to be fine. I've pulled 1080 clips before and it's worked fine. Right, back to the game, back to the music. Well, there you have it. That's what we're doing. So this section in the mid layer remains clear, and there's a reason for that, and that is this is going to be the overflow for the storage system. So basically, where did I put the ice? I had some ice on me. Did I put it in this one, maybe? Yeah, there we have it. Let's bring this back up. So the reason I have some ice here is because that ice is going to be basically forming the path right here. So that is going to be 2 out from this, which means that's going to be 3 out. So like that. So there we go. That's going to be the path. And items, no, that it's not going to be the path because we still need to put in the item filters. Silly fally. Anyway, that's, as you can tell, I'm very good at this. So what we need to do, we need to make more chests. We need to make more hoppers. I I should have some of this. Okay, we might have enough hoppers actually. Okay, we have plenty of hoppers. We still have a bunch left over from when we did the when we made the hopper boxes. And yeah, for those of you who don't know, because this is in an episode that hasn't gone out yet, I am currently running a sale at the Redstone Express. So go to Redstone Express and you can currently get 50% off all purchases. In addition, I've put in some new and fancy things that you can buy, including boxes of hoppers, where you can get a shulker box full of hoppers for a greatly reduced price. And I can tell that I don't have any wood. I don't have any wood on me. Okay, we got 22 chests there. So it's a start. So let's get cracking on this. So right, while I do this, let's get back to what we were supposed to do. So anyway, what are my plans for the next year? Apparently I mentioned this during the last stream and I never really actually answered it. Well, for those of you who don't know, who are new to the stream, I am a teacher. Teaching in what is in Norway is called upper secondary, which is the equivalent, of course, of the UK upper secondary or high school in America. And this means that I have, at times, a very heavy workload because I have a bunch of papers to grade and all sorts of stuff I have to deal with, which means that at times it is very hard for me to produce content over time because I don't have time. I literally don't have the time. However, this has now improved a bit for me because I have a lesser workload starting next year because of some changes. In addition to this, I've also finished my degree, which means that I have, unlike what I've had for the last 2 years, I now have only my job. I don't have all my studies, the degree and thesis and all that stuff in addition. Now this is good news because it means I have far less to do, and as such I have much more time to do the things I want to do, like in this case creating content. So my plan is what I wrote on Twitter a while ago, and that is for the coming year I want to do what I said earlier, and that is I want to do 3 pieces of content every week. I want to do at least, we're going to bring some cobblestone actually as well to make furnaces. I want to produce at least 3 pieces of content every week. The plan right now is to produce to do 2 streams a week, the way we've been doing now, Tuesdays and Fridays. And also, I'm going to do my best to put at least 1 video out. There is at least 1 video out every week. Even though I honestly don't know if that's going to be possible, I am going to try. And if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. In terms of what sort of content am I doing, it's going to be mostly Minecraft still. While I do have some ideas and some stuff, I mean, you've seen my Phasmophobia series. I'm probably going to keep doing that as well, even though that's going to be more of a something I do when I want to and when I have time. I mean, I don't regularly record Phasmophobia, to put it that way. It's not something I record on a daily basis. It's something whenever we play and have fun, I always record, just in case. And once we've finished, playing, I sort of make the decision like, all right, is this a round I want to put in a video? Was this just something we did for fun? Like, what are we gonna do? I'm actually gonna do something stupid. There we go. So, so that's right there. That's right there. Yeah, we're gonna do just there. Okay, and then we're gonna put basically all of these items that are overflow into like that. There we go. And that is going to be the overflow. And we're going to do chests in the back like that. And then the control key on this keyboard is broken. This is actually my old keyboard. The new keyboard that I had, my Corsair, broke. And because of that, I am currently unable to use the control key properly, which is very annoying. And I sent my keyboard in, and they took it to, and it was serviced, and they figured out that, hey, it's broken, but they couldn't really do anything about it. So, because they didn't have that keyboard in stock anymore. So, because of that, I just have to deal with this keyboard, I guess. So the question here is, do we want to do the same thing here with the stairs? Do I have spare stairs? I think I had some left. Did I have any stairs left? No. Okay, well, I'll make some later. So that's going to be the overflow, that's going to be the storage system, and then we're going to have the smelting array, which is going to be here. Also, I forgot to read chat. Sorry about that. Johnny, I'm mostly watching 720, so I can't tell the difference. Mr. Pizza Dude, welcome to the stream. And Nuke, welcome to the stream. And also, I just noticed we have 2 followers since last time, so thank you very much, Sandsmort and Pyrosexer, for your follows yesterday and 2 days ago. Really, really appreciate it. We're currently at, according to, depending on if I read the Twitch thing or if I read the thing on screen, I'm either at 448 or 468 followers, which is neat, because it means that we are actually almost halfway to our stretch goal. Right, so now to remember how the item filter worked. This is. You know what? I'm going to be silly about this. Give me a second. So go to. This is professional streamer, everyone. Which episode did I build the storage system in? Because it's easier for me to just find the video. Plans, item filters. That's the one. View on YouTube. Let me find the section in my episode where I am. Doing that. Professional. Sorry. You heard about the new 1.17.3 Minecraft Mind Goblin update? I have not. Can we see the back of the storage system in this clip? Storage system. I just need the basic one. I sort of remember. I always sort of remember how it Basic storage system, and it's giving me garage stuff. Google, I play Minecraft. There we go. Thank you. Okay, yeah. Okay, so basically I need... Basically I need at least 2 up. Oh, it's a D's nuts joke. I was not aware that time travel has been perfected. Apparently this person has come here from 2016 when that joke was last relevant. Got bad news for you about the election in, you know, your time, but you'll notice in November. Okay. So in that case, we need to build all these hoppers up too. And that's got me seriously wondering if I have enough space, because dang it. You know what? I'm actually gonna, just to make sure, I'm actually gonna hop over to my base and have a look. But yeah, so that's the plan. Which brings me to the next question that we were asked to talk about, and that is teaching and content creation. Back, sorry, we're called. That's perfectly fine, NJ. Welcome back. So teaching and content creation. That's the one thing I get the most questions about. That is, how do you manage being a teacher and creating videos on YouTube? Especially the fact that students are going to be watching your videos, etc. Oh, I flew too far. There we go. Nailed it. That one guy 7134 has followed. Thank you very much, that one guy 7134. I really appreciate the follow. Welcome to the stream. And also Mr. Grayson, thank you to this. Welcome to the stream as well. How rude of me. Okay, let's... I think going the back door down here is going to be the easiest. But the thing is, the most people don't sort of ask me about like the workload. I've actually very few people ask me like, oh, is it a lot of work to do streams? When you're a teacher, and like, no, not really. The work isn't the work. The words of Bernard Black. The pay isn't great, but the work is hard. So basically, the work of creating content, that's like nil. That's very little. That doesn't bother me at all. For me, I'm the sort of person who's used to having a sort of constant heavy workload, so I don't really notice it. Okay, so we need... Yeah, we just need the one. So the one hopper pointed into the comparator. Yeah, the one hopper pointed into the comparator above. All right, and then we have it. I found some photos on some screenshots online, but I was honestly a bit confused by them. But yeah, the main issue, or the main question that I get when it comes to content creating and teaching, is not the sort of workload side of it, but it's how do you, like, aren't you scared that your students are going to find out? Aren't you scared that your colleagues are going to find out? Aren't you scared that your students are going to show up to your stream or to your videos and start trolling and misbehaving? Not really, no. So far, I've been very lucky. I'm very open about the fact that I create content, and not in the way that I'm not running around promoting it, but like I have no problem with my students knowing that I create content. And likewise, I have no problem with my colleagues knowing that I create content, because I really don't see it as an issue. Also, that needs to be one back. I don't see the issue. Like, I don't see why me creating videos would be an issue. And then it's going to be like that, I think. No, that's wrong. It's going to be like that. But remove that. No, but remove that. And like that. Hello there, it's only my... sorry, tiny writing. Hello there, it's only my second time watching. So so happy to finally catch a stream. Hope everyone is doing great. Hello. I'm doing absolutely swell. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for popping by. Now that's the right shape. Okay. That's what I thought. Because the only thing I'm wondering now is it going to be too close? Is it going to be too close to the wall that the redstone components will be messing with it? Grab here so we have the same blocks for everything. There we go, and remove that. Okay, now we need to do the redstoney bits, and also we need to do a water stream up top, not to mention the other hoppers. But let's start with the repeater comparator. Do we have all the parts we need? Let's bring our Redstone Express stock box. Also, we need to head over there and see if we've made any sales later. Now let's bring some redstone dust as well. Okay, so redstone comparator, and I think that's supposed to be pointing that way. Yes, I think it's supposed to point that way. And then all of this gets covered with redstone dust. And then we have the hoppers not pointing that way, but pointing into the comparators. There we go. And then we're going to have the water stream running on top here. And then, let's see if I can remember all this. Then we have the... oh yeah, this is where we need to actually take out this bit so we can get the... not the comparators, but the other ones, the repeaters in. And if I remember correctly, the repeaters go in this way. And we then do... we then put these like that. And then we need the redstone torches. Did I have any redstone torches? Also, hey Squid, welcome to the stream. Redstone torches go under like that, I think. And oh, is it that one? No, it needs to be the same line as the... It needs to be the same line as the... So we might have to do a slight change. And we can't really move it too much because we can't move the entire thing one in. Ow. Ah, dang it. Why did I put... What idiot put a staircase right there? Good lord. Okay, what we're going to do then we're gonna quite simply take a chunk out of that wall and deal with it later. There we go. So now, because now if we do this, yeah, it'll break the redstone. Okay. Good grief. You can fix it. You can fix it upside down stairs. Ah. Well, in that case, we're all good, because then I can just put upside down stairs on that entire line right there. Thank you very much for the tip, Johnny. And I think actually I have some stairs of that variety. I did, but I'm going to need more, so let's craft some more. It's probably more than enough. Hello, Franikin, and hello, Elvin. And hello, Squid. Welcome to the stream, all of you. Hope you're all having a good day. But yeah, so as I was saying, a lot of people actually do. That's the thing I hear the most often, is the sort of, but how are you, like, don't the students bother you? Like, aren't the students like mocking you or crashing your videos and being terrible people and all of that? And no, in very, 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 very little. I haven't really had that happen to me in any significant way. I feel like I've been very lucky, and I really, really hope that whoever, how do you say this? I really, really hope that it stays that way. Like, naturally, I've had a couple. We've had a couple of students showing up, crashing the stream. I'm not going to deny that. We've had a couple of those. But at the end of the day, it hasn't really been an issue. We're going to put the blocks that we have a lot of on the end here. So that's going to be the prismarine and the prismarine bricks. Don't think we really need that much for the rest of it. The dark prismarine, yeah. And maybe the cyan glass. Basically everything that we've used a lot of on this build, I'd reckon we can have. They get bored, yeah. So far, I've been very lucky with most of the students I've had who've showed up. Have been very nice about it. They've been more like, oh, you're streaming. That's awesome. That's really cool. And been very, very supportive about it. The amount of students who have been like, oh, you're streaming. What's this? What sort of joke is this, etc. There's been less of that. You would hope students would want to do anything else with the time rather than pester teachers if they're being SFW on stream vids. Yeah. Mine get a kick out of it and are respectful too. Oh yeah, most of my students, and when I say most of that, 99% of my students are very, very cool about it. In fact, one group of students that I had a couple of years ago, back when I used to stream, before I started streaming again last year, or in 2019, they actually made a fan club on Facebook, and they would come to my streams. And back then I used to stream on Saturdays, and they would have parties, and they would keep my stream on the big screen, and they had like, oh, if I said this, then they had to take a shot, and if I did that, then they had to take a shot. And it was hilarious. And they did it as the sort of like a really sort of, they thought it was really, really fun. And one of them even made for the student group chat with my permission, just to have that out there, he actually made a set of emotes, like a resource pack of emotes, featuring my face, like basically all different shapes of my face as emotes. And it was, I remember the first time I saw it, I think I laughed for like 3 minutes straight. It was like, out of all the things you could have wasted your day doing, you elect to do this. You absolute plonker. And they thought it was hilarious. They were proud. It was the same pride. No, I'm guessing it was the same pride I felt when I made the NJ is not afraid of Enderman anymore video, which is honestly one of my crowning achievements. Is that video? I am still super psyched about that video. I am so happy with how it turned out. Okay, dang it. There we go. So that's covered up, meaning we should now have a clear line on this side for where we want the water stream to go. 1,500 views and counting. My most watched piece of content ever is a low effort meme I did in 10 minutes. You don't go to school, kids. Just make memes. That is the road to success. Education is worthless. Take it from me, your teacher. But anyway. But yeah, that is actually the most the thing I get most questions about when it comes to teaching and creating content. It's like, well, aren't you worried about your students finding out? Are you worried about your colleagues finding out, etc.? And I think my colleagues know I'm a nerd. They're not surprised at this point. I think the thing that, and I'm not going to say that it worries me because it doesn't, but the thing that I know a lot of people are worried about is the fact that, well, what if one of your students shows up? That's better. What if one of your students show up and becomes a Patreon? Like, what do you do then? And because then it's suddenly the case of, oh, one of your students is now giving you money. Is this going to be considered bribery? Is this going to be something that is... Are you bending the rules at this point? As a teacher myself, can you be a teacher and not a nerd, though? This is absolutely accurate. I believe it is indeed a requirement. I have yet to meet a teacher who isn't a nerd in some way. Or to put it in a different way, slightly mean, but not intended, I have yet to meet a fun teacher who isn't a nerd. And I remember all of my favourite teachers were, massive nerds. Absolutely massive nerds. And I believe that they are indeed the most fun teachers. I feel like teachers who are nerdy and sort of willing to... We don't really... we can leave. We don't need to do the redstone for it. I feel like teachers who are willing to sort of show more of themselves, if we can put it that way, and let more of their personality show, I feel like they are often the very best teachers. Like, all of the teachers I remember fondly from my own time in school are the teachers who did fun stuff, who would make jokes, who would... I'm not going to say go out of their way to be liked, because that isn't true. But they were the teachers who were more like, I'm going to make this joke, or I'm going to say this, and people are going to be like, oh, you're a teacher, you can't say that. And they're going to be, I don't care. I'm going to say whatever the hell I want. And I've had so many of those moments where I've said things in a classroom and my students have been like, are you allowed to say that? And I've been like, probably not. But, And I feel like, and I'm not going to say I feel like, because it is actually a thing that I think one of the things that I get told the most by my students, both former and current, is that the main reason they find me enjoyable as a teacher is because I am down to earth. Like, I'm not making a big deal out of things. I'm not like, I feel like a lot of teachers, and I think maybe this is the way we've been talking about teaching as a profession, I feel like a lot of teachers, they sort of, they're taught that, oh, you need to be this, and you need to be that, and then you need to do this, and then you need to do that. And they teach you all sorts of things, and tell you all sorts of things, and on sodding bollocks on how you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do. But they forget what I would consider the most important thing of all, and that is they forget to remind you that the most important thing you can be as a teacher, in my opinion, is human. Like, you need to be a straight up human being. It is the absolutely most important thing you can ever be. It is, be your absolute best as a human. Not it's not about, like, I have a friend who studied to be a teacher. I hope this friend isn't watching this stream. I doubt it. But I had a friend who studied to become a teacher, and whenever I asked him, why do you want to be a teacher, he would always give me a different answer. Like, if it was almost like he didn't really know himself. Like, I would ask him, well, what do you want? Like, is it the pay? Is it the hours? Is it the work safety? Because teachers in Norway actually get, by most standards, a fairly decent salary, unlike certain other countries. And I remember talking to him like, well, why are you becoming a teacher? Surely there has to be a reason that you've elected to become a teacher. And he can never really give me a straight answer as to why. And eventually I was in what's it called when you were in, I was a practitioner, third year practitioner. When you do a teaching degree in Norway, it's 5 years. Back then it was 4 years, and you would do 6 weeks out in the field for each year. And the thing that I noticed was that he could, as I said, he could never really give me a straight answer when I asked, well, why do you want to be a teacher? What is your motivation? What is your point? Like, surely you can't just have drawn teacher out of a pile and be like, yeah, I'm going to go with that. Surely there has to be a reason you've chosen this as the thing you want to do the rest of your life. And I felt like he could never give me a straight answer. Where did I leave all the ice? And after a while, as I was teaching alongside him at this practice school, it started dawning on me why he had become a teacher. And this was, of course, just a theory. I didn't ask him about this, but I got the sense that he became a teacher so that he could show everyone else how smart he was. Like, he became a teacher to sort of fuel and boost his own ego. Like when he was in class, he would constantly be talking about all the subject matter in a very arrogant way, because we did observation. We did 4 and 4 students, and one of us would teach and the other 3 would observe and give feedback. And I remember as we were waiting, me and the other 2, for him to come in, I remember we were all sitting there, and it was slightly awkward, and I can't remember who it was who finally said it. It wasn't me, it was one of the other students who finally said something like, "Is it just me, or was he very, very arrogant?" And we were like, thank you. I'm so glad that wasn't just me. And we all had the same feeling, like, wow, he was really arrogant. And it was just like, basically, Flanagan has put good words to it. Did he want to be a teacher to boast that he's smart about something? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how we felt it. We felt like this is a guy who was a teacher so that he could show off his knowledge. And I've had teachers like that, who are basically teachers. I still have colleagues like that, sadly, who are teachers, in my opinion, for the sheer purpose of showing off how smart they are. Okay, where did I put the packed ice? I had a stack of packed ice on me, and I appear to have just lost it. How do you lose a stack of ice? Did it melt in my inventory while I was in the nether or something? Okay, well, do we have an empty shulker box here? Dang it, surely I have to have an empty shulker. It's empty enough. Let's go to the ice spikes biome and get some ice, because it's nice to have. But yeah, that's he basically became a teacher so he could show off his smarts. Basically, that was it. He wanted to show the world how smart he was, and I feel like he was and what was so interesting about him was that he was very arrogant in the way he talked about everything, and he was very arrogant in the way he talked to everyone, and his entire demeanor was very much it was sort of very I would dare say obviously fueled by his desire to show everyone how smart he was. And yeah, it was very awkward, and he had no concept of social codes. Like, I have one example. I disagree. They aren't doing it to go, I am so smart. It's because they've realised their attitude would prevent them from getting a real world job. Those who can do, those who can do, those who can't teach. Those who can't do shouldn't. Yeah, those who can't do shouldn't teach. The problem is that in far too many countries, the teaching profession has been talked down. Like, it's been ridiculed way too much. Like, but some of them are in a sort of way that people can see the irony. Like, for instance, the classic teacher in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like Bueller. That is a clear case of irony. They are clearly It's clearly a parody, a satire of your typical boring teacher. But at the same time, it's been like that adage there: those who can do and those who can't teach. It's And it's just so far from the truth, especially if you work in vocational studies. Like, if you can't, then you can't teach. Like, how are you going to teach students how to build houses and do carpentry work or do mechanical work if you yourself don't know the difference between a spanner and a screwdriver? And the problem with this guy was that he was, according to one of the other students who apparently was not a friend of him but had known him his entire life, he basically came from a family of very sort of wealthy higher ups, and apparently he had gone into teaching, started going on into teaching simply because he didn't really want to do school. He didn't really want to get an education, but his parents wouldn't let him. His parents said if you want to inherit your, basically told him if you want to inherit your father's money, you need to do an education. And he decided he was going to study to become a teacher simply because it has the lowest average to get into at the time. So he never had any interest in actually teaching, but it was also the fact that he had no social codes, and that's the thing that was really annoying about him. That's the thing I really hate about a lot of teachers, including teachers I had when I was a student, teachers I work with now. They have no sort of social antennas, and I feel like that is also a a stereotype with teachers that is in many cases sadly true, that a lot of teachers don't really understand social codes. And I believe that it is indeed sadly true. Way too many teachers don't really get social codes. Like this guy, there's one particular one I remember very well. Now this is just sort of shows you how stupid he was. We were doing a written test, a small written test in English. Apologies. We were doing a small written test in English with the students, and there was one girl who was clearly nervous. Like she had the jittery legs, and she was like hitting a pen and everything. She was clearly nervous. Like a 5-year-old could tell she was nervous. And he's sort of sitting there looking at her, and the rest of us were sitting spread around the classroom to sort of make sure they didn't cheat. Suddenly he blurts out, he sort of gets up and sort of takes a step or two towards this girl who would be 7th graders, so 13, 14-ish. No, it was 8th graders, so 14. Yeah, 13, 14. So takes a couple of steps towards her and then blurts out, "Do you have to pee?" And everyone sort of looks up like, what? And she sort of looks at him because she can see that he's looking at her, and she sort of goes like, what? Excuse me? He's like, "Do you have to pee?" And she just sits there like very confused. And then he says, "When my little brother is doing that, it means he has to pee. Do you have to pee? Aren't you old enough to know when you have to pee?" And I swear the teacher who was in charge of us, he was basically just looking for a window to dive out of. He was just standing there like am I high? Like, is this actually happening? Is Ashton Kutcher here somewhere? Am I being punked? Like, what the actual F is going on here? And she was just so confused, but kept doing the test. But she was she was sitting like this and sort of like always giving him a glance, almost like she didn't feel safe around him. And the second the test was done, she'd finished the test, she got up and left. But yeah, let me catch up with chat here. I agree, but I think that's where the stereotype comes from. If you can't get along with people enough to keep a job, then teaching is relatively good job security because you largely don't have to deal with management. Or you should try working at a Norwegian school. I feel like I work as an administrator half the time. It is sadly. In Norway, at least, it has the field of teaching has sadly become swamped with paperwork, etc. And there's very little. Like, let me just use myself as an example. I teach full time in Norway. The teacher's work week is 42 and a half hours. That is the Norwegian. That is the Norwegian work week. And out of those 42 and a half hours, my actual teaching time is around 16 hours, like 15-16 hours. So basically for every hour of teaching, I have almost 2 hours of other things, and that sounds like a lot. No, I'm mistaken, because it's the 16 lessons are 45-minute ones, so you need to take the 16 and multiply by 0.75, so 3/4 of 16, so 12, so 12 hours. So I have 12 hours of teaching and 30 and a half hours of other things, and out of those 30 and a half hours, I'm pretty sure at least 10-15 of those are unnecessary paperwork and administrative work that really shouldn't fall on the teachers to do. But for some reason they do. And it's stupid. I am not fond of the way it's being done in Norway at all. It is messy, to say the least. There we go. So that is now a chute that should run the water streams just fine. Paperwork is fine, but I mean, teachers work 34-hour weeks in the UK. At maximum of about 40 of those can be spent with adults. Also, Rose, welcome to the stream. I think there are all kinds of people in every job. Unfortunately, teachers deal with our kids and their growth. I prefer by far that my kids have connected teachers, and I get the dumbs at work. Yeah, I will. It is a sad thing, really, that you sort of. There's so much that can be said and should be said about the teaching profession. Especially when it comes to those aspects of it. Like, I am very, very glad that I work at a school that has very high quality teachers. Like, our school does very well in reviews and stuff, and I'm very glad, because I think one of my worst fears would be to see my son someday get the terrible teachers that I sort of have vague memories of myself, because that's the thing that really bothers me. It's that so many people don't really understand the importance of having good teachers, like the sheer impact those teachers will do on a child's life. Like, it's not just Oh, I remember, like, look at, like, if you look at like videos online and stuff online of, like, if you ask if you go out on the street and you walk up to any given, like, 35, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 60-year-old, any adult, and ask them who was your favorite teacher, and they will never say, oh, it was this teacher because she was so good at teaching me math, or it was that teacher because he was so good at teaching me English. They will say, oh, it was that teacher because we had the best conversations, or it was that teacher because she always used to bring cookies every Friday to cheer us up for the weekend, or oh, it was that teacher because whenever we did well on the test, we would watch a movie in class. Like, it's that sort of teachers, those sort of teachers that are remembered. And a lot of people are like, oh, but you're bribing your students. No, you're not. That's not bribing. Bribing would be, hey, if you do well on this test, I'm not going to tell anyone about this and that. But rewarding. It was Mrs. Aston because I could get angry on her and not face her in the slightest. My favourite teacher was my marketing and entrepreneurship teacher, a guy called Doug Ziegler, who is currently my colleague, and he is my favourite teacher and was my favourite teacher because he was the sort of teacher who he realised that the most important thing that happens in a classroom, and everything that happens in a classroom, depends on everyone getting along and everyone enjoying themselves. So he would spend a lot of time and energy making sure that everyone felt at home and that everyone felt safe. Like, he spent so much energy. If one of us had a bad day, it wasn't just like, oh, do you want to go somewhere? Do you want to go home? It was never like that. It was like, if one of us was having a bad day, and if he came into the classroom and he could tell that we were off a bit, he would immediately put his plans to the side for a couple of minutes, and he would be like, hey, I can see that something is bothering you guys. What is it? And that's I remember we talked about it once, me and some of the people in that class, how we don't remember really what all of the lessons were about, but what we do remember, especially, I remember there was especially one case where actually a friend of mine from my teenage years, who went in my class, you could tell that she was clearly off, like something was bothering her. And he came into class and he started teaching, but you could tell that he was sort of looking at her, like giving her an eye. And she was seated next to him. I remember distinctly. I was sitting in the middle of my desk was in the middle of the class, and she was sitting on my left. And I also remember sort of looking at her, and you could tell that something was off, because she was always so cheerful. But not that day. It was clear that something was bothering her. And eventually, he sort of very carefully asked her, like, "Hey, is everything okay? You look a bit down." And it turned out that her grandfather had been diagnosed with very, very advanced lung cancer. And they had received the news the night before, but she had been at football practice and came home very late. So they had told her in the morning before she came to school. So she had basically been told in the morning, your granddad has lung cancer and he's probably not going to make it. And she just sort of shrugged it off and went to school. And then realised once she came to school that she wasn't really ready for that. And he immediately basically dropped everything. Like, it was basically like, okay, this lesson is no longer about marketing. This lesson is going to be about something else. And what? Did I put it on the backside here? Or did I put it in here? Oh, I put it in here. Okay. But yeah, basically he stopped the lesson dead in his tracks. And we ended up having I think 2-hour conversation about loss and grief and sort of the entire thing about losing someone either suddenly or something that you see coming. And I just remember that conversation so well, and I remember actually telling him many, many years later that, hey, you remember that time when we had that conversation about when his grandfather got cancer, and he eventually passed away, actually just, I think, 2, maybe 3 weeks later. So it went very quickly. And he was like, oh yeah, he remembered it very well. And it's like, well, yeah, my grandfather now has cancer, and he has brain cancer, and he's probably not going to make it. And he died literally the day after the school year ended. And I just remember telling him that conversation we had in that classroom, it was so important. It was so meaningful because I forgot what I was doing. It was so important and so meaningful because it gave us the opportunity to talk about something that we really, really needed to talk about, but that we would never in our right minds bring up out of the blue otherwise. So prismarine bricks, dark glass. Prismarine bricks, glass last, yeah. And that is the sort of thing, like, now a little while ago, and I remember my students actually told me this. I hadn't really given it much thought really. But my students came to me and said, hey, we really, really enjoyed the last school year. It was the final day of the school year. And they came to me like, hey, we really, really enjoyed the last day of the school year. And I was like, oh, well, I'm very glad. I also had a lot of fun. I thought it was really nice to get to know all of you, etc., etc. And they said, yeah, because the thing was, and they started bringing up all of these sorts of things that they remembered, like, oh, but you don't get it. It was almost like, oh, but you don't get it. That one time when you stopped the class so we could talk about this and that, and that one time when you stopped the class so we could talk about that. Like, it turned out that, like, they remembered a lot of the things from the classes, but the things that they remembered the best were the things that I hadn't really even thought about, like coming into class and seeing that, okay, it's clearly that their minds were everywhere else, so let's just talk about something random. And I remember one time I came in and they were really, really anxious about a test that they were having. I taught history in that class, and I'm still going to teach history in that class next year because history is a 2-year subject here. And I remember I came in and they were like, oh, we have a a test in Norwegian in 2 hours, and they were so unsure if they were properly prepared for it because they felt like they had misunderstood a lot of the curriculum. They were super afraid that, oh, but if we fail this, that's going to be terrible. And I was like, no, you're not going to fail this. Don't worry, you're smart kids. You're going to get this. Don't worry about it. But they were so nervous, and you could tell that there was no way you were going to be able to sort of get them to calm down. So I said, all right, how about this? How about we skip history for today, and we can have a look at the curriculum. Like, how's that? How about we do that? How about we take a look at the curriculum, and you can ask me the things you are unsure about, and why has it not gone through in why has it just gone through in that one? Oh, of course. Sticks. Dang it! I completely blanked on that. We need the unstackable items, of course. How did I manage to forget that? I think 1 stack is going to be enough. Do I have any anvils? I do. So let's call them sorting stick. But yeah, I feel like it's the problem with the teaching profession. Everyone remembers you for the wrong reason. They either remember you because you were that super nice person who did this and that, or they remember you because they hated you. Like, no one will, like, if you ask someone, hey, what teachers do you remember well, they will always say, oh, I remember this person because I hated them. Or they will say, oh, I remember this person because they were great. No one will say, oh, I remember this person because I remember this person because they really knew their maths. Like, that's not going to happen. It's always going to be, oh, I remember this person well because they were a nice person, or I remember that teacher well because they were a terrible person. And sadly, I feel like the way, if it's the media or just how we are, or how the school has changed over the years, I feel like we need to talk less about the terrible teachers, and we need to talk more about the good teachers, because I feel like I've messed something up on the redstone here. Oh, am I putting the... What the heck? Why did that one not work? What about that one? Will this one do the same? Yes! What? Pointing that way, redstone on the back. Pointing that way, redstone on the back. Torches, torches. What? Yo, I went to Corvair. Nice to see you. Hello, hello. Welcome, former or current or some months. current or former student or someone I have at least seen in passing distance. Hello, hello. I think comparators checking the wrong hoppers. Yeah. Could the comparators be facing the wrong way, perhaps? Looks like the sorter is one block low. But why did they work fine on the other side? What? Because they're working on this side. See, here it's working fine. But on this side it isn't. I am very confused. And the redstone is there all the way. And that hopper is pointing... Oh. I see the issue. For some reason, a lot of the hoppers were pointing the wrong way. I thought I had checked that. Let's have a look now. Yeah, now they're all pointing the right way. So see, now it works just fine. That's very strange. You would have thought I would have noticed that earlier. And of course now I lost one of the slabs down into the belly of the beast here. Let's check if I lost any blocks anywhere. Got a chest there. That one is collecting glass as it should. That one is collecting as it should. That one is collecting as it should. And that one is collecting as it should. Good. Okay, in that case... where did it go? Where did that final slab end up? We can, of course, just make a couple more. But anyway, let's move to the next question. And that is... between the third... And I did it again. Oh well, sod it. It's good enough. Alright. There we go. So that is the basic redstone in. Hello, Johnny. That's the basic redstone in for that. And this should all now run into the overflow. All I need to do now is sort of figure out what do I want to put in. Check Discord quick. Alright. Give me a second. Oh. So that's where it'll be fine. I have so much prismarine I'm not going to need it anyway. Okay, so the next thing though is that this one here, you can see that's actually been producing a bit while we've been standing here. And what I want to do is I want the output of this thing. So let's take the 3 things that it's outputting to be the first 3 slots of this thing. So the shards, what's it called? The prismarine shard, prismarine crystal, and the cooked cod. I'll stop spectatoring, you fixed the issue. Okay, thank you, Johnny, regardless, for hopping on and having a look. I really appreciate it. But anyway, Good lord, we've actually been going for an hour and a half already. Time flies. This brings us to the last question. Just to summarise the first two questions, since I've been rambling for an hour and a half about it. So plans for the next year: 3 pieces of content every week, 2 streams and a video. Possibly more, possibly less. It will depend on my workload, and I'm going to try my best not to give myself a hard time when I fail to do so. Teaching and content creation is something that works fine 99% of the time. In the most hectic periods, it can be a bit iffy, and on the rare occasions where you get some bad apples hopping from your class to your stream, then it can get a bit awkward. But all in all, it's usually not a problem. And lastly, that brings us to the final question, which is in a previous stream I said I prefer making videos rather than streaming, and why is that? So first of all, I want to say I don't mind streaming. I think I'm not going to even say I don't mind streaming. I like streaming. I think streaming is highly enjoyable. But streaming can be very stressful because I feel like it's much harder to be creative and entertaining on a stream compared to a video. Like with a video, you can do cheeky editing. You have so many tricks you can do to make a video work and be fun. And if you mess up, thank you very much, Charming Safe, for the follow. Really appreciate it. If you mess up something in a video, you can re-record it, and you can just do another take. And also, if you do 3 hours of stuff where 10 minutes of it is exciting, like the thing that I always find myself worrying about, and at least I feel like I do that less now, is that I find that my streams, this is just my personal opinion, this is the Fally roast of Fally, is that I think my streams are extremely boring in what happens on the screen. I feel like everything that happens on screen in my streams is extremely boring. So, as a result of this, I always try my best to make sure that what isn't on screen, like for instance what we're talking about, what we're doing, I always try my very, very best to make sure that that bit is fun. And apparently we have a massive pocket of mobs underneath us, and I really, really need to look into that. So let's keep the torches, let's keep the bow. I am very curious about this chicken eating the rock. Okay, so there we have the drowned. Those are, fairly close by. They're right here. But there are so many other mobs. If you look at my voxel map in the top screen, there appears to be a lot of mobs nearby. Let's just, for safety's sake. Are they down here? In my beacon hole? I thought I had... Oh yeah, they are. Oh, wow. Face cam recovers voxel. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Well, anyway, I think I am gonna record a quick segment here. Recording, yeah. Shamblecraft episode 54, I think. Segment 4, I think. Take 1. Well, alrighty then, viewers. I have delved into the deep here because, as you might remember from previous clips, I've been seeing a bunch of mobs appearing on my voxel map. So, Future Fally, when you're editing this, please zoom in on the map. Thank you all. As you can see, plenty of mobs, but I've never really been able to tell where they were from. And it appears that they are from down here. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fall into the hole. And then we're going to deal with it. I'm not kidding you, viewers. 2 minutes ago, I said on stream that what happens on screen in my streams is boring. This isn't really boring. This is a tad too exciting, if you ask me. Oh, can you? But where are they coming from? Oh, I see. Fally has, per the usual, studied at the Fally School of Lighting Things Up. I was actually in Scars and Impulses class. We were all equally terrible at it. Okay, well that's taken care of. Well, that was an interesting cutaway from the action. Let's oh, dearie me. Hello. Is there something in my eye? Fancy segue back to the Guardian farm. I'll put something cheeky there when I do the edit. Okay, well that's taken care of. I didn't intend to fall into that hole, but I mean that's just how life is sometimes. Now the question is, how do I get back up from here in a timely manner? And I think the easiest way... No, there's actually more mobs there. There's another mob pocket over here. I want to get rid of it because everything that can spawn here will interfere with my Guardian farms and the other farms that I'm going to be putting up top. Let's put some torches in here. Turn left. It's always nice to have a map reader. So I'm gonna... Oh, there's an unlit mine shaft. I thought I'd lit all of this up. Did that thing just blow up in my face? Could have sworn I lit this thing up, but apparently there was a tiny little section there that wasn't. Okay. The question now is, how do I get back up? Because I honestly don't remember. I think I plugged the holes as I went with this place. There's another section on the other side of your beacon, okay. Hello. Diamonds. Do I have a water bucket? I do. Fally comes prepared. Trick shot. Ooh, lapis. Ah, that... Aw, you absolute bollock. I mean, I don't mind some more diamonds. I only have 85 diamond blocks and I haven't even checked the Redstone Express yet. And iron, of course, a commodity that on the Shamblecraft server is absolutely and utterly useless. And worthless. And... go. Can we get rid of all of this lava? Just so we don't have anything. All of that work for 2 diamond. There we go. Well, anyway. I'll light this up a bit. Anyway, viewers, I have something I want to show you, and this is a nice place to do it. I have actually made another teaser for the upcoming series Valley versus the World, which actually teases a little bit more and reveals the date in which the series will premiere. So what do you say, viewers? Are you ready for another teaser? Ready for another teaser? Alright. What I'm going to do then is I am going to turn the teaser on and yeah. Oh my god. What? What the... Oh, this is a horror movie. Yes, this Sunday, Valley vs. the World, Episode 1, will be with you this Sunday, and I hope to get at least 1 episode a week out. There might be some more in the beginning, but who knows. And as you can see by the magic of editing, I am now back at the Guardian Temple, and we can resume work. And as we can see on the voxel map, there is now absolutely no mobs. So we were... Excuse me while I squeal with hi. I'm very glad. Also, hi Alpen. Alpen Glowup, one of the 2 content creators I know who have managed to perfect the combination of Minecraft and makeup. The other one, of course, being K. And but yeah, that's it. So episode 1, Valley vs. the World, will be with you this Sunday, and I am very much looking forward to it. I have actually done a whole bunch of recording for it already, and I will be doing more recording for it. It has, of course, led to people asking me, and I'm gonna bring that up once again, just to make it clear, and it's even in the video. Because when I teased this series last time, I actually got a lot of messages asking Valley, does this new series mean that you are no longer going to make Shamblecraft episode? Does it mean that it will be less Shamblecraft videos? Like, will there now be 50-50 split between Shamblecraft and Valley vs. the World, etc.? And some of this I covered last stream. So basically, Shamblecraft has sort of reached the point where things are going slower. Like, basically all the projects I do now are projects that I don't really have to do, but either projects that I want to do or projects that I have been saving. Like, for instance, this project here is something I've actually been tinkering with as an idea for ages. That I've actually been tinkering with for ages, and I actually found out in unused clips from episode 6, I actually talk about how it would be cool to later in the series do a Guardian Temple base. So this is actually something I've been thinking about for a while, but I haven't really felt comfortable doing it until more recently. I think that there could look... I want to get a cool thumbnail. Let's jump into thumbnail mode for a bit. I'm thinking something like that, but ooh, if we can time that jump perfectly, we're of course going to have to clean this up first, but once the storage system is done, yeah. Okay, so the redstone is in. I don't want to link this up just yet, and as you can see, we have plenty of space. So I'm going to save that. And sorry, I'm being terrible at reading chat. We've got an AMA from Johnny saying, Fally vs. World hardcore. This iteration of Fally vs. the World is not hardcore. Simply because I sort of want to do a practice run before I do that. But I can reveal there are no mods. I'm only running 2 mods, and you can't really call them mods. They're more like client side. I am running voxel map, as you've seen in the teasers, and I'm running Optifine. Those are literally the only 2, and Shulkerbox Tooltip, but that's also quality of life. So I'm running no game altering mods. I don't have keep inventory. The game is on hard mode. I'm basically doing it as challenging as I can to myself without making it hardcore. I am, however, considering later at some point doing a hardcore version. Yes. But that is not happening for the time being. Overflow chests. There we go. So now we have that ready. Most of the redstone is really done. All that remains to put in is the transport system, and I don't want to do that until I have everything ready, because once I build the transport system, I'm going to start sending things through. So that is something I'm going to be saving for a bit later. So what's next, really? I thought I saw Johnny. Thank you, Johnny. I was actually thinking to myself, dang it, I don't have any glowing. Thank you, Johnny. You read my mind, literally. Okay, so let's talk about... sorry, I missed another one. That reminds me, Fally. I mentioned to Kay that you wanted to play Minecraft with her and her head exploded. I'm just very, very... I am very honoured that she knows who I am. Rose has some questions here. You said voxel maps, is that for Java or Bedrock? And what's your YouTube to check it? I guess those were 3 questions. Voxel map is... I can actually show you what voxel map is if I jump into recording mode so you can see it properly. So voxel map... Let's see, was that a Doctor Who theme remix? If you look in the top right corner, you will see that I have a little mini map. And if I go outside or anywhere else, that will show, players. It will show all sorts of details and stuff that's happening around me. And if I do, for me, it's mapped to 3. I get a world map. And a lot of people look at this and they're like, oh, that's cheating. You know where everything is at any given time. But I would say no, not really. Because what this does is it remembers how things looked the last time you were there. So for instance, if you have a look at Darth's Island here, you can see that it still has the pink High Darth from when I, returned the pink wool. However, I'm guessing that's probably not there anymore, along with the pink beacon. But I haven't been there since I did that, so on my map, that is how it looks. So it doesn't auto-update. If anything changes, I have to manually go there. But it is a nice way to sort of remember, like, oh, that's where Darth is. It gives me the opportunity to get these pretty cool shots of, like the main island here. And also I can see where my main base is in relation to other things. And that is a mod for Java that requires paper or fabric. No, not paper. What's the other one called? Forge. Forge or fabric to work. And what is my YouTube, you ask? Does that command work? It does. There you go. And also, actually, recently added, I now have a second channel. I'm going to jump back into game mode. I now have a second channel where I will be uploading all the VODs and other special videos. I will also be doing, like every time when we do streams and stuff, I will be putting them on the second channel. I am working on one thing that I did talk about and that I want to put out there, but I haven't had the time to edit it because I've been away to the family cabin, and now my son is home on his holiday, so I can't really spend all day editing. So one thing that is going out, I'm looking there, sorry, I'm looking at the chat which is there, but my camera's up there. One thing I am working on is I'm going to cut down my footage from the Casa Nirvana UHC and make a video that shows the highlights of that. And for that as well, I'm going to be putting the full unedited video on the second channel if people want to relive the entire thing. So that's what the second channel is going to be for. There's really no need to subscribe to it, to put it that way. Because there's not going to be much happening. But if you ever miss a VOD, if you ever miss a stream, the VODs are going to be there. Not immediately. I'm currently uploading last week's VODs, so they're going to be with you soon. But you can already watch all the Shamble Pride streams. They are on the second channel now. And Legal Drogon, hello, welcome to the stream. I am sort of questioning what to do because I'm looking at the time. I'm going to be going for about 30 minutes more. I am knackered because it's been a very long day, and my son is currently in, I mean, those of you who have children will know this, he is currently in the infamous Paw Patrol phase. So today I have watched 7.5 billion episodes of Paw Patrol. I assume I will be watching another 7.5 billion episodes of Paw Patrol tomorrow. However, my at least it's not Peppa Pig. Oh, don't get me started. We've been through Peppa Pig. We've been through the Peppa Pig phase. Edmund actually has 3 Peppa Pig plushies that he loves. But the thing about my son is that he's very strange in the way that he will absolutely fixate on one show for like maybe a day, sometimes even just a couple of hours, and then he will switch over. Does he still like pink? Yes, pink and purple are his favourite colours and have been since day one. He loves pink and purple, his favourite colours. So, but what I really love though is he has one sort of cartoon or 2 cartoons he always sort of comes back to, no matter what he's watching, and that is he will always go back to Tom and Jerry. Actually, 3 come to think of it. He will always go back to Tom and Jerry. The classic Tom and Jerry, of course, the proper Tom and Jerry cartoons of the 50s and 60s, 40s, 50s and 60s. He will always go back to Fireman Sam. And he will always go back to Pink Panther. And there as well, the classic 60s Pink Panther cartoons. He absolutely loves them. T-Rose Macro, the kid has good taste. Thank you, and welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you yet, so welcome. I'm basically jumping around now because I don't know what to do. Let's jump on the bed for a bit. Boing, boing, boing. The big question is, what do we want to do? I think what we're going to do, we're actually going to head over to the Redstone Express. Want to come see the thing? I'd like some help terraform. Oh god, another terraforming job. I need to... You know what? Let's bring that sign and we're going to go up and we're going to close that bloody shop. Why did I open the... Why I always go the wrong way. Why did I open that bloody terraforming shop? The thing is, though, a lot of people take me super seriously when I say it. They're like, "Oh, but don't worry, you don't have to do it." Like, don't worry. I think I love terraforming. Terraforming is the one thing in game that I always feel that I've been good at. Let's just make sure we don't have any more orders. Johnny, I've talked to Johnny. I've talked to Proteek. I think left the server. So Build Manga, Badger, Johnny, and Johnny I've already spoken to. Badger I've spoken to. So basically NJ's is what is currently left. So what we're going to do, we're going to take those. And we're going to put up, let's put those chests there temporarily. No longer taking orders. Oh, we have 2 bird signs. Okay. No longer taking orders. Thanks for all the fish. Okay. Place orders. You know, they can't make orders now. Haha. Oh, had a thought plickens. We're gonna drop some stuff off here. Don't need all of this. Someone can have that head. Here we go. Okay, let's check the Redstone Express just for the heck of it. I said I should help you with mine on stream. Yeah, I will. The plan actually, Johnny, is to, with some luck, start doing yours on next Tuesday. Okay, so Redstone Express, as you can see, currently having a super sale, 50% off everything. Let's see, have we made any sales? No. A couple. Whoa. Has Vin been here? A couple. All of them. All of them. Oh, not all of them, all of one of them. Some of it. Let's check the boxes. No one has bought hopper boxes yet. No one has bought train kits yet. So let me show off these kits, because these are in the video, but you haven't seen them on stream yet. So basically everything in the shop is half off, and I have 2 special offers here. This is a box of hoppers, box of hoppers if you want to be Irish about it. 80 diamonds for a shulker box full of hoppers. That is a full shulker box of hoppers. And the math makes that less than 3 diamonds a stack, and you get to keep the box. So that is quite some. And then you have these train kits, which was an idea I had. Oh yeah, they took forever to craft. It was a pain in the ass. Train kits, 20 diamonds for a box that has a bunch of rails, a bunch of carts, and some redstone. So basically everything you need to get a little train stuff started. That's 39 diamonds profit. Wow, you're quick. There we go. So let's gather all of this up. I need to restock that. I'll do that later. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding. Oh, ooh, someone's bought target blocks. That hasn't happened before. And I really need to restock on note blocks. Note blocks and target blocks. I haven't really sold any of those yet. So that's weird that they're suddenly selling. Especially the note blocks suddenly selling so well. You sell the wood cheap as an iron is free. Yeah. And also I used a lot of wood I had laying around. So let's take... Didn't I put a crafting table here? Oh, there it is. So let's make more diamond blocks. And let's get our valuables chest. We are now up to 1.5 stacks of diamond blocks plus 42 diamonds. So we're not doing bad. Talking of iron, currently blockifying it. Yeah, I noticed. I was over by the iron farm. NJ, collab with me, smart Alec. Yes, I will be. Oh, when you say smart Alec, I remember B-dubs. I finally got up to speed on B-dubs today. I've been a bit behind because me and my wife. I don't watch B-dubs alone because my wife really loves his videos as well. So we always watch B-dubs together. And his slight spoilers. His exchange with Pearlescent Moon is some of the funniest stuff I've seen in a long time. Just turn the recording off and slice their heads off. Just the absolutely psychotic demeanor he says it in. It's just great. Oh, nailed it. Oh. Here we go. Go. Recording mode. Pause pretzel. Okay, what's this going to be in then? Shamblecraft episode 55, segment unknown. Take 1. Well, okay. Actually, NJ, are you available to jump in voice rather than just communicating in text since you're home anyway? We are now awaiting a response from the NJ of Coffee Junkies. Actually, the NJ Coffee Junkie of Twitch and YouTube. Actually, I'm going to record the segment going in there. So, segment unknown part 1. Well, okay, viewers. We have taken a... Whoa. We have taken a small break to go over and see NJ about a terraforming job, and I have not been to this tunnel before, and holy smoke. This might be the coolest tunnel on the server, not gonna lie. That is... Look at that. Dang. That is gorgeous. Anyway, we're going to hop through the portal here, and hopefully NJ should be around. And oh yeah, of course, we... Yeah, we did some stuff for NJ's birthday. It was great. It was hilarity. No one died that I know of. But apparently, NJ wants help with a terraforming job. So I'm going to see if I can rendezvous with NJ and find... Look up Valley. That's the sky, Johnny. Look up Valley. It's a golden bridge. Gold and get... There's NJ. Okay. Where were we? Okay. So we're just going to rendezvous with NJ. And now we're going to wait for the hello sir to disappear. NJ, you can just sneakily follow me. And once I say we're going to rendezvous with NJ, if we can find her, you can just punch me, because that should be funny. Yeah, so all we got to do now is rendezvous with NJ about this job, if we can find her. NJ. Hello. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do a second take because I ended up being too... Ow. Ended up being too far ahead of you. I'm going to try not to run this time, but I need to also remember the fact you're watching this with the stream delay. So basically, NJ, once I turn towards you, because that's going to be live for you, instead of you waiting for me to say it on stream, once I turn towards you, you can basically just punch me in the face. Okay, so we're going to start about here so that you're out of view. There we go. So once I turn against you, like that, boom, you can just punch me in the face or something. Take something. But anyway, so we're going to rendezvous with NJ somewhere here to talk a little bit about a terraforming job. I don't know exactly what NJ wants to have terraform, but I'm sure she'll tell me when I find her. Oh, hello! Ow. Hello, NJ. So, NJ, currently bereft of voice, but appearing in text. The NJ nods. I will be reading for NJ Coffee Junkie in this play. I may insult NJ with my accent. So, NJ, what is it that you want done? Stand perfectly still, because then I can just cut it. Okay, so see to your left. Yes. These two mountains, I need them shaved down. So basically this big one right here and the one with the gold and gate bridge. This one especially. Okay, I'm sorry that I'm making you sound like Tim Conway, but it's the best I can do. Okay, so basically bring this big mountain here down and that thing there down. How low do you want it? Do you just want it shaved down to look natural, or do you want it down to like ground level? I have windows. Sorry. Maybe if I give it more of a Brooklyn twang. I have windows being put into my building. The mountain blocks the view. Way-yo, way-yo. Well, I'm gonna take a car out of the mountain and I'm gonna punch out of them windows and ayo, way-yo, way-yo. I feel like I have offended everyone by now. But okay, so shave it down so that you have a view from these windows, basically. Yes, okay. Well, okay. I will be adding it to the queue. And hopefully it should be done in not too long. This appears to be like a fairly small job that doesn't really require that much work. If we're going to go to the other side here and have a look. Yeah, I would say this is a fairly straightforward job. An hour or two. Would you like to help me with that in the future, since I know you have your hands full? Oh yeah. If you want me to do it, I can do it. If you want to get together and do it at some point, that would also be good. I'm down with both. I have plenty of beacons, so I can bring the beacons. And oh yeah, I see over there as well. Yeah. I'm just saying yeah a lot now because I don't know what to say. Yeah. See that ludicrous display last night? Let's tackle it together. It'll be fun. All right. Sounds like a plan. Well, okay then. I am going to get the beacon boxes sorted, and I'll bring them over here once we find a date for it. But okay, it's a plan. Well, in that case, NJ, I will see you again when we have a time that fits the both of us well. And I'll return to my other projects for the time being. Alright, bye! Good lord, if they don't give me an Oscar for that bollocks, then I don't know what will. Well, thank you for... I need to sort through all my clips now. But thank you, NJ, for the job and for the clip. I'm going to be able to cut something fun from it. And why is Pretzel not starting? Oh, because it's connected. What, did Pretzel crash? No, there it is. Why isn't it starting the way it should? The stream froze on me like 3 times. Ah, well, I'll be able to cut it into something sensible. But okay, with that, I feel like this is in many ways a good place maybe to start to move towards an end here, because we really don't have any more projects to do immediately. I mean, we have some more work to do here, but that is gonna require... I mean, let's just say we have plenty of stuff to do. It's just that I don't have any more projects that can be done in 20 minutes. We have the super smelter, but I don't have the materials for that just lying around. Or do I, maybe? Come to think of it. That's dispensers. Hoppers. It's mostly hoppers. I should have plenty of hoppers. I mean, we're not short on hoppers. And let's get a redstone storage, or a redstone stock box, and we'll make some furnaces. So let's do this quickly. 16, is that going to be enough? I'm thinking... I'm going to leave that there. I'm thinking I want this... I'm going to put one there. No, I'm not going to do that, actually. I'm thinking, but I'm not speaking, clearly. I was thinking if we do a row like so... and we put one there and put one there, and then we'll put furnaces like that. That was the thought. But of course, that will require some more trickery, because what we can do, which should work great, is just put stairs in the front. So if we do that, that should mask anything happening in the back here. So basically like so. And then we can have all of these. I was thinking just have hoppers into the middle and then have a double chest. Basically 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Have a single chest there, really. So basically have one chest there that all the hoppers run into. That should work, right? And then in terms of input, we'll have to have 2 sets. If we can put... Gonna need a couple of chests. So let's make 8 of them, clearly. Because we're also gonna have to make some sort of input system. So let's... there's gonna be a lot of back and forth, people. Hey. So let's have hoppers going into that. That's gonna be the output. Should all go into that chest there, and then we're going to have the fuel. That's going to go in there, and then we're going to have the smelted materials themselves going in on the top. So, do we want to do like a well snipe design? With basically just a chest here and a chest there. I was thinking maybe... it would be very nice if we could do a chest right there. I don't know if it would work. I feel like I don't really have the brain capacity for this sort of work at this time of night. But you can see the base structure of it here. So all I need now is to figure out a semi-intelligent way to get everything into it. And because we have... Ooh, are we running low on powered rails? Did I use all of it for the train kits? No, we have more in that box over there. Oh yeah, that one has much more in it. Perhaps the redstone fairies will come along and finish it for you. These silly redstone fairies. Because it's. I mean, I know how to do it. I know the basic of it. It's just have a not hopper minecart, but a chest minecart going back and forth across. But I don't like having them in awkward positions. So it would be very nice if we could have... I would love to have... This is where I wish we had some more sort of like transport stuff. When it comes to redstone, I wish we had like an easy way to, for instance, put a double chest there and a double chest there and say that's input, that's coal, and have it being delivered to the hoppers in some way. But of course, just having rails and minecarts will of course work absolutely fine. And if I bring these, and did I have a lot of regular rails in the other one? Where was it I saw a bunch of regular rails? That one. I really need to sort my storage out. So basically have one there, one there. No, don't do that. Don't be like this, please. Basically have one line running across like that. And then have one line running across like that. Because all you really have to do then is block these off. That one already is blocked off. And these are pretty much ready to go. You can now put a minecart here and you can put a minecart there. What I could do, of course, is I could do some sort of input here. So you input there and they go around the corner and get sent back and forth. That could, of course, work. I think maybe we'll have to look into that because, I mean, look, standing here looking now, you can see that this place is really coming together in terms of being a tiny little mini base away from our main base. And I really want this to be like my farm station. I think I have to admit it to you, stream, even though I've said previously it wouldn't happen. But I think maybe I have to admit that the industrial district probably isn't going to make a return, because I've basically taken all the plans I had for the industrial district, and I've been moving them here. So even though I've sort of been trying to convince myself that the industrial district is returning, I think we need to maybe realise that that is not happening. It is being replaced by the industrial guardian farm. And I'm going to see if I can manage to squeeze a bunch of farms in here. I really, really want... I can tell you straight away, I want an automated wheat farm, carrots, potatoes, melons, pumpkins, and I haven't really decided what I want to do here. I have been considering doing some sort of animal farms, but I haven't really bothered to put much thought into it yet, because... simply because it's not needed. It's not even remotely needed. Like, we have all of those items in great quantities, so we don't really need them. I mean, we don't really need any of this. This is basically just me having fun with the game and trying to see if I can improve. And you can actually see we've had a fair amount of drops in the time we've been here. These are working fine as well, so... But yeah, I think I'm going to hop over to Plot World, and I'm going to do some tinkering with this design and see if I can find a way to do it that I'm happy with. I'm thinking maybe we do a little station on this side here with maybe some anvils, you know, anvil, what's it called? The thing that you used to upgrade, netherite. Are you going to sell the prismarine? Probably not at... probably not, because I don't want to compete with Simon's shop. So if Simon runs out and isn't available to come restock it, then surely then I can sell it. But I'm not going to go into competition with Simon. Simon has a prismarine shop that's pretty much right next to the main square in the Nether. Also, that is fine, NJ. I will be calling it a night pretty much in a minute or two anyway. So thank you very much for coming to the stream regardless, NJ. And thank you for hopping in and doing a small clip with me. But yeah, I think, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're gonna end it. So that is it for today. Thank you very, very much for coming to the stream. I am going to be sending you over to, of course, our very, very good friend, Kaylina. And I will catch you next one, really. Thank you for coming, and have a very nice evening. Goodbye. Oh my God. What? What the... Oh, this is a horror movie.